What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And some of you guys have been asking about the fact that, pretty much I've been trying out a lot of golden tickets. I've only pulled one. Well, in the pack, I actually had two, but I chose Michael Vick. But since then, we've had no sightings of any golden tickets. And a lot of you guys are like, yo, Gmia, what's going on, as far as the prices go? Are these cards worth it? Now, the reason I chose to raid sell Kelvin Benjamin was because he was very similar to Mike Evans. And because the game has evolved and I've learned different ways to utilize the streak ability, I decided to go that route. Now, is Kelvin Benjamin obviously a better card than Mike Evans is right now? Yes, he is. And he is probably the easier card to go up and get those catches with, but it takes a little bit more practice, but you can get your timing down and be able to do similar things with Mike Evans. So overall, I got him for 1.7, sold him for 2.7, 2.6 point something. So to make that extra mil, I thought it was worth it for me to get rid of him now. His prices continue to go up because a lot more people are starting to see that, the bigger the player, the higher the advantage is of getting the ball over these corners. The biggest thing that you have to worry about is obviously the predetermined animations with EA Sports, where the guys, the computer takes over, or they give your opponent a diving animation to pick you off or something like that. So, as far as Zach Gentry, that is the worst tight end golden ticket ever. Pretty much when you go and look at his actual, his numbers and look at his traits, he's more of a possession receiver. So he's not really going after aggressive catches like that. So when he was being made, that was something that doesn't trigger. So if the players don't have the right traits, they're not going to give you the right animations when you go up for certain plays. Now, if you're somebody that runs post routes, out routes, and stuff like that, that'll be fine with him, because you can just spam possession catch and he'll dive and do whatever he wants, obviously with post flag elite as an ability. But he's a terrible, terrible golden ticket, similar to LeBlanc. Those two golden tickets are definitely not worth the price tag. Now, Julio Jones is garbage, but we'll get to him in a second. But Kelvin Benjamin is actually a really good card. Around 1.7 seems like a reasonable price for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as golden tickets go, I know with the way the coin industry is, and like I said, it's a rarity to get these cards, so I understand the price tags, but it depends on what you guys can afford, as always. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like golden ticket Julio Jones is worth 6 mil, and you got 6 mil, do what you got to do. But you have to also realize that there are other cards that you can utilize that's probably going to do similar things, and with the boosted stats, after certain thresholds, it doesn't really matter. So right now, as far as like Calvin Johnson goes, a lot of you guys want to see Calvin Johnson gameplay. I would consider getting him. I was thinking about trying to save up for Taylor Mays, but like with the way that this market is, I don't even know what's going to happen. It's like so crazy right now. So I'm pretty much like, it's like, okay, if I go with Calvin Johnson, I'm not going to be able to afford Taylor Mays. And Taylor Mays, technically right now, 99 speed, 99 acceleration. Like, what else are they going to really do to him to make him that much better than the actual card? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you guys got the coins, like, I used to, and then I sold the cards back, got my coins back. If you guys want to try out these cards, remember, you got to pay 10% back when you sell it. So I lost over 2 million coins in the last 2 weeks trying out cards. I actually bought Gentry twice to try to give him another chance. Dude was garbage both times. So, I had to figure that out and know, like, listen, I'm not going to be really playing around with it, because the 10% tax on these millions and millions, bro, you're losing so much when you could actually use that to continue to build your team in so many different aspects. So that's just something that I would like you guys to consider going forward with it. Like I said, I'm going to go into some gameplay in a second after we go ahead and open our first pack of the day. And, pretty much what's going to happen is, I'm going to show you guys in certain aspects, Kelvin Benjamin is going to make more plays than Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the way the card is. The jumping, all that stuff, most of his things are all in green. So it's like solid. The card is going to do whatever it wants. But again, with other cards with similar traits, that's the thing. He's 6'5", Mike Evans is 6'5", Calvin Johnson is 6'5". When you start dealing with Grunk, like with Grunk, I played a whole weekend league with Grunk. You know what I'm saying? Grunk was just eating, doing whatever he wanted. But at the end of the day, he's too slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can make those crazy catches, and he's more likely going to come down with it because he's clutch and he's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? But Calvin Johnson is also clutch and he's a big dude. 6'5", 6'6", you can kind of figure it out, whatever it is. But when Gronk gets another card, which he probably will, because of the whole thing with him going to Tampa Bay, he had the retirement card, all the stuff, he had the zero chill. Once he gets another card, that's when it's going to get really, really interesting. because he's going to get at least a 94, 95 speed. Once he does that, now we're talking, you know what I'm saying? Now we're in business. Because like I said, with the 90 speed, it pretty much, it puts you in a situation where the defender's always going to be around. Kelvin and Mike Evans has a 95 speed chem. He can at least do something. Like, he can at least get over the top with 95. 90 as a base is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But once you get to like 95, the dudes are going to be making moves and doing what they need to do. So, you know, we're jumping into this gameplay. I'm going to kind of show you guys as we're getting through it, because we had, you know, Bo Jackson golden ticket. That card is absolutely not worth the price tag. Like, that card confidently. Kelvin Benjamin, if you wanted to spend 2.7, 2.8 to get him and experiment with you know, aggressive catches, you probably would love what the outcome would be. Bo Jackson is not a good card. He doesn't do anything like, okay, Byron Jones, good job, man. Way to press him and get beat deep for 6. But, you know, Bo Jackson, I kept him for like, I think like 4 hours. And I played a couple games and I'm like, this dude is garbage. Like, what am I doing? Bro, I really just spent 6 mil. And then, like, you know what's funny? You guys were like, yo, he costs too much. When I first told you guys that I had him, most of you were like, yo, he costs too much. You're going to raid sell him. You guys are right. Because he has to justify that 6 million coins every single snap. And he wasn't doing anything that made him so much better than Barry Sanders. So I'm like, what? The only thing that made him good, you know, well, better than Barry Sanders was the ability, obviously, to get bruiser. He could truck and, you know, get the arm bar, stiff arm animations. So those were cool. But as we all know, since EA patched it, it doesn't really trigger the same way. So what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, shed everybody. Just come. Is that Joe Staley getting shedded like that by, who was that? Is that Jadeveon Clowney? Was that Jadeveon Clowney that just did me dirty on that side? All right, Staley, bro. Your days are numbered, man. Your days low-key are numbered. Like, the dude is just out there doing whatever. All right, good D. Now, right here, right, look. You see as I go up to go try to get it, you see with those predetermined animations, remember, those animations are there to stop, like, people that do what I do, like throw streaks and stuff like that. The issue is, it depends on, you know, your user capability and your timing to make sure that you're able to, you know, successfully get the catch. And obviously, the one thing that EA actually, they get credit for, the bigger the receiver, the better the animation. You see what I'm saying? So Calvin Johnson, would Gronk have caught that? It's possible. You see what I'm saying? Because Gronk, you know, an inch taller and his body is bigger. Maybe he could have, you know, shielded off the defender, but more than likely, probably not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you look at that and you say, like, all right, I'm going to buy Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin is going to get those same animations. Like, dudes will pick him off. Like, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen anyway, regardless. It just depends on, you know, what EA feels like doing and your level of skill with user control. Like right here, you know, the CPU is just balling out of control. You know, the ball's just coming out. Would Kelvin have made that? Probably. So it all depends on, like, yo, how deep are your pockets right now? Are you running around like Scrooge McDuck? Like, is that what you guys are doing? That's pretty much what it's all about. So you're going to have to figure out which way you want to go as far as spending it. But again, I can't tell you guys what's worth what, because you guys know better what your team is capable of. So if you feel that Julio Jones makes your team better, I can't tell you, like, the dude's garbage. You see what I'm saying? I can tell you Bo Jackson's garbage, and he probably doesn't make your team better. And I can confidently say that because I tried everything with him and all of his abilities and everything, and he was just a basic card. They would tackle him the same way. He wasn't breaking any tackles. He was trash. LeBlanc, garbage. Every time I see LeBlanc, I target him and throw the ball right at him. That dude sucks. You know, Gentry, he's trash. But Julio Jones, if he makes your team better, that's fine. Calvin Johnson, those numbers are crazy for a 6'5" free safety. That's ridiculous. So those type of things, I'm not going to argue with it. I'll argue with the price because he's still going to get mossed. That's the thing. Calvin Johnson is still going to get mossed. And then you're going to rage and be like, yo, what? But that's the way the game is. So you have to evaluate what really matters the most to you. And then when you figure that out, you just do whatever you want. But like I said, I had to address it because, you know, a lot of you guys want to know, is it worth it to, you know, to save up? My opinion is what I'm giving you now. Everything else is up to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you feel that it's going to work for you, go ahead and do it. Like, I played against Julio Jones. You saw it in, you know, my recent players. I streamed that game. For those of you guys that want to see those live stream games in full and all the games that I play from stream, go check out GmiasWorld Gaming right here at YouTube, where you get the full gameplays and you'll be able to see everything, my losses, my wins, whatever, the rage from the actual live streams via Twitch. If you guys would like, you can also go over to Twitch and search GmiasWorld and go ahead and follow over there so you can know when I go live. But again, with everything that's going on, that Julio Jones, when I played against him, he was just like a 99 speed card. the dude caught me, you know, on a play, and I lost the game, but like I just didn't move my safety in the right spot, and he took advantage of it. That's pretty much all that happened. But was it anything spectacular? You know, I don't think he's worth $6 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not $6 million spectacular. But again, that's something that you guys have to go out there and decide. But those are just my opinions with some of the golden tickets. Now, waiting for Taylor Mays, would I go wild and try to get him? That's also a possibility. You know, but his price is going to be similar to Kelvin's. You know, Mike Evans at corner. Like, these players, we're going to have to evaluate them on a case-to-case basis, but we have to kind of draw the line with the prices that we're willing to pay for it, because it's just wild right now in the auction house. So I'm just chilling, you know, relaxing with Mike Evans. I would suggest that you guys check out players like, if you want that Troy Polamalu golden ticket at middle linebacker, go to Shazier with the team captains. Same stats, same thing, and you know, pretty much same speed. 98 speed, 98 excel, all that stuff, and pretty much, you know, same card. You got to start to, you know, be smarter right now, because, bruh, I'm telling you, it hurts your pockets when you got nothing in them. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I had to go ahead and get rid of them cards. So I'm satisfied right now with it. I'm ready to go. Just waiting for the next batch of golden tickets. We'll see how that, you know, transpires, and we'll pretty much go from there. But other than that, guys, just be careful with the spending, and remember that 10% is going to kill you, bro. Losing over 2 million coins, you know, with 2 or 3 golden tickets is kind of ridiculous. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.